Well, hello there. Out on the trails again. This is my third trip through the woods today. It's just such a gorgeous day. And now with daylight savings time, it's 4 o'clock. We still have a couple hours until sunset. I was like, I'm going to grab the big camera and we're going to go hit the woods. I'm still after owls. I still haven't gotten any shots. We're going to try again today. I've got the big camera with me, and no Gage. That's the important part. I've already walked him twice today. So, you know what? Maybe we'll see a fox. Maybe we'll see a fisher. Something on the ground that if I'm quiet enough, it's not going to run away. Gage isn't going to chase it away. You never know what we're going to get for photographs. Come on, join me. Let's head for the big back swamp. I've been thinking a lot about this channel and the roots of this channel, which most of you won't know about. Most of you guys jumped on board when we started doing the Bigfoot stuff. Hey, I don't blame you. It's more interesting than photography, right? But my first interest was always photography. I've been shooting since I was 18. So I didn't get a start on photography until I was later in life. I took a course in college and I was hooked. And I can hear the ravens back there. And I've been doing photography, you know, I've shot hundreds of weddings, events, then went on to the YouTube thing. I have, guys, probably thousands of home videos I've shot over the years. It's my passion, both photography and videography. And that's where my channel started on YouTube, you know, 10 years ago. I reviewed a lot of gear. I did a lot of shooting. And I think that's where I want to kind of spend more time. That's what excites me, you know, being out here in the bush. And I'm going to do more videos on that. I'm going to concentrate more on the video end as well. We've got the excellent AX700 camcorder, which does an amazing job. We can get right close, like macro stuff with that. You just have to get out in the field and, you know, put more energy into it. You know, not saying we're not going to do all of the other things that we do, but you guys are going to see more videos on the channel that are going to be back to Gary's roots, which are camera gear and out in the field taking beautiful shots, because that's what I love. That's what Gary is, a photographer, nature photographer. Don't ask me to do weddings anymore because I won't do it. But nature, yeah, I'm in. How are you supposed to get a shot of that? Well, it's difficult. You wait. You chase him from tree to tree without moving. And eventually he, you know, comes into an open spot and you might get one photograph where he's not covered by branches. It's just a waiting game. Well, there's our first victim, a hairy woodpecker. I had to chase him around for about 15 minutes to get one shot. But here it is. It turned out. I think so. That's the thing, right? I get excited even about being able to track down, not scare away a little woodpecker. Chickadees, you know, all these little songbirds. Yesterday we had redpolls at the feeder for the first time this winter. I misidentified those. They look exactly like chirping sparrows, except they have red on top instead of like an orangey brown. The chirping sparrows are orangey brown, so my bad. You know, Gary still has to look in the book. What is that sometimes? I'm really impressed with this lens that I've got here, guys. It's a Tamron 150 to 600 millimeter zoom lens. Now, a lot of people, it wouldn't even be on their list for good quality, you know, wildlife gear. And like most of them, I'm lusting after a 500 millimeter f4 lens, but that's going to cost you $10,000. I don't want to spend $10,000. That cost me $2,000, right? And to be fair, to be honest, That lens has features on it that really a lot of guys wouldn't even consider or think about, but it will focus down to 7 feet. So if there's a woodpecker or a bird, a squirrel, you know, pops out of its den in front of me 7 feet away, I can take a picture of it. With most other lenses, you're looking at 20 feet, you know, somewhere in that range with these big 500mm lenses before you can focus. Another nice feature with this one here, it has instantaneous override. Always. I can just turn the manual focus ring and it will override autofocus every time. And as I just showed you guys, we just filmed the woodpecker there. That was all shot in manual filming mode. You can't do autofocus when something has branches in front of it, behind it. It just doesn't work. You can have the best autofocus in the world, but if something is behind a bunch of branches, it's still not going to work. Sometimes it's not even about wildlife, it's just about good light. Pretty scenery. I just heard the pileated woodpecker somewhere in front of us. I'm just scanning the ground, looking for rabbits. Should be lots of rabbits in here. Making my way back to the big swamp here to see if there's any owls out hunting in the open swamp. It is going to be that time of day shortly. Coming up on 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. How's my shoulder doing? Well, thanks for asking. I think this outfit here is between 8 and 9 pounds. The lens is almost 5 pounds. The head on the tripod is 2.5 pounds, and then the tripod legs are probably a couple of pounds. So, you know, it's not that heavy, but carried around for a couple hours, it gets heavy enough. Ravens at the far end of the swamp. But nothing moving, no owls, no deer out here. It's a pretty quiet evening. I just saw something move on the far side of the swamp. No idea what it was. A wolf, coyote, something. Well, that's the life of a photographer, right? I caught movement way out there, maybe 300, 400 yards on the far side of the swamp. And I can't go out there and chase it down, whatever it is. You know, it'll see me coming, it'll hear me, it'll be gone. I basically just have to sit here and hope that it comes in my direction. I'm leaning towards wolf or coyote. Hard to say. Well, I did give this a really good go. I've been here 20 minutes waiting. What I saw was moving away from me, but I thought you never know, it might circle around and come back out into the swamp for us. I don't think it's going to happen. That's just the way it is. Well, you guys can't see it, but I spotted something right there. Hey, some wildlife, finally. He's not going to move a muscle. He's just going to wait for me to carry on past. Take his chances. Thinks he's hidden. Beautiful. We'll leave him alone here shortly. I'm really surprised. I've been out here 3 hours. That's the first rabbit I've seen. Better late than never, I guess. Going to set up some trail cameras. I got a whole bag full of cameras today. I want to check on our solar trail camera, the 4K one that we've left here all winter. It stopped working back at the beginning of January. It was too cold. And I just left it there in hopes that the solar charger would eventually start working and catch up and allow it to work again. I didn't put any batteries in it. We'll check on that today. We'll take the SD card out of there. We might have some files, we might not. And I'm going to throw up 5 other cameras throughout this area to work alongside that one. Hey, look at that. I turned the cam park into the off position and then back on. It is working and it's showing 100% battery. So over the last few weeks, this has charged the system back up. And we do. There's 10 videos on there. So we'll check them out. If there's anything, you guys will see it. The ravens found me. They landed in that big pine up there. I swear these things follow me around.